students in non-traditional careers. The partnership agreement will see apprenticeship and mentorship programs being integrated into the university's training offerings. The initiative will also see at-risk youth included in the training and mentorship exercises. Another component of the partnership will also see the establishment of a GSRJ Center of Excellence, which will be responsible for skills development and professional training, allowing CMU students to move seamlessly from the academic space into the industry space. The center is scheduled for completion in the next 12 months. That's all we have for you today. I'm Warren Bertram. Thanks for listening and join us next time as we continue Growing for Growth.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is already pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Best 100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program, The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the Lord.
You ever hear earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced. And when it comes, it shake all sense and sensibility out of way. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, hover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't to the door we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without air. Drop, hover, hold on.
A message from the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management.
Maljam Auto Parts, the place with the most courteous staff for all your Mazda needs, is doing it again. A new Maljam trailer has arrived with parts to meet any and every Mazda need. Call 461-1786 or 923-4389. Maljam Auto Parts, 9 Kingswood Avenue off Waltham Park Road, Kingston, for all your Mazda needs.
Half a tree. One already, 200. Ready, mama? Ready. Is this the confusion you feel when trying to work your way through medical systems in Jamaica? Try a dose of Ask Dr. Mary every Thursday at 5 to 6 p.m. Let Dr. Mary help you understand your medical problems and bring you to a calmer place.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-Time Taxi Service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all, you can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Yes,
I'm Roy Kenny Miller, and I invite you to join me on the return of Inside the Soil every Monday morning between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 noon. Join the conversation as I take a look into the agricultural sector and ask the questions which you want to hear answers to. Inside the Soil with Roy Kenny Miller for news, views, and interviews on the agricultural sector here on Best 100 FM radio every Monday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Tune in and try it.
If you not get it, we lose. Make your food be your medicine, your food. Then a big about it, let it in a juice. Don't afraid to mix it vegetable with the fruit.
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hackett Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing machine.
tree, 100. Bossy, how you do I take taxi start?
Chano, I want to tell you, say, a 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and me check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and then diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me send you.
You big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Try calling him, guys, trust me.
What a relief.
Do you need reliable health care? We have it. Yes, we do. Great George Street Pharmacy. Shop number 897 Great George Street, Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland. Opening hours, Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call us at 876-603-7372 or WhatsApp us at 876-205-0499. Yes, we have reliable health care for you at Great George Street Pharmacy, Savannah Lamar.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning.
Let's try it again.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm just doing a chorus with you.
God is good.
Should I say all the time?
Yes, all the time God is good and he does not change from who he is.
Who said so?
Who said that God does not change? He's unchanging. You know, when you've been around something for a long time, some things just kind of in you and you remember, what is the source of that again? Yesterday was very interesting. They launched Reggae Month.
At your church, you said they like is the whole nation.
Well, it was. Meaning it was a national service for the launch of Reggae Month. And it was good. It was a good time, good service. I was a moderator. And Pastor Miller preached the word.
Theme song.
One Love. One Love was the theme song. But one of the things I found very, very significant, and I don't think we even recognize how much the scriptures influence early reggae. Like you look, well, the producer who had a sound system in his day, and some songs he can just remember, like By the Rivers of Babylon, where we sat down, and that is a song of the diaspora.
Yes.
And when we recall and remember Zion. But one of my favorite groups was Third World, still continues to be with the late Iba Cooper. And it caused me to go into the lyrics of some songs that are out there that have become anthems. One of them is Try Jalo. And when you listen to, look at the words of the song, it was like he was being an evangelist.
Have you listened to the lyrics of that song?
Not recently.
Yeah,
But I mean, just the title tells you what he's saying.
And then they came up with "Now That We Found Love."
Mm-hmm. What are we gonna do with it?
What are we gonna do with it? Because I think it was reflecting on having found, because the Word of God declares that God is love. So now that we found love, because Jah and some people have taken umbrage to it or been offended by you. Yeah, but it is.
I think Jah is a Rasta word, or people think it's the Christians own it.
No, but it is. It's
no. Which one? Who's taking umbrage?
A lot of people, Christians, a lot of people say God is not Jah, but it is there. Jah.
If you just pronounce hallelujah, you see that it ends with Jah. Jehovah. You see that's really Jah.
Jehovah. So, yeah, but that person who penned that song, and when I looked at it, the lyrics, let me go to it quickly.
Cutting in and out.
Yes, I've observed that. So I'm waiting to see. I don't know, but it keeps coming in and out anyway.
Press on.
Here are the lyrics of that song. It says, "Lonely soul was I without direction.
Lonely soul
I didn't know which way.
Without direction."
Yeah, sing for me this song.
Go on.
I didn't that I had to go.
I
sought the clues to life's unanswered question. My mind's heart had to know.
My mind's heart had to know.
Yes, I heard you call while wandering through the darkness. I'd walk 1,000,000 miles to find that endless voice, the voice of one crying in the wilderness, that speaks to me when I am in temptation, echoing my choice. Then you said, "Seek ye shall find. I've been with you through all time. And if you're thirsty, I will quench you with my love. And if you're hungry, I will feed you with my words. And if all I ask is that you love as I do, and if you lose your way, I lead you to my love. From a sinful life, I'll cleanse you in my love. For creation bears a witness of my love." Creation in the Psalms speaks to.
So was that being sort of discovered yesterday, or you knew it before? Because you seem kind of surprised.
No.
That a song about Jah love is very much in alignment with Jah love.
No, but when you've heard it,
yes.
But when some of the times when you read the lyrics again, you say, "Oh my Lord, this person."
This is a good Christian song.
Can you say that?
Yes, we can.
Yes, it can. Without it, there'd be.
Percy's just discovering that "Try Jah Love" is a good Christian song. Okay. So y'all played it in the church?
No, we didn't. No,
so why not?
But some things were preset, like the speeches and.
So it was in the course of the service as
mentioned,
yeah. Okay.
And then a timeless thought, a touch of close encounter. Your love embraced me and took over my life. And now I'm new. Strength has made me change my ways from wrong to right.
So let me ask you this, because Lowell and I had a debate on it on Saturday morning. We were listening to Love FM, and they were playing some hard-hitting soca-based gospel music. Man, you only needed the big truck to complete. It was nice. So I'm a big soca girl. I don't hide it.
And
no, we were in the car. We were not. There was no opportunity to celebrate it in dance. But Lowell was saying, "Oh, that just so like you don't want to let go of the world." He's now requesting a microphone so he can say it for himself. It was all praise and worship. Thank God you can hear it. All praise and worship, celebrating the love of God. So.
We have opened up our interest.
Well, for me. So for me, music celebrates God. And what's important would be the words, not the beat, whether it sound like dancehall or it sound like soca or it sound like...
No, you need your own microphone. Only people with microphone. You need your own microphone. We're not allowing it. If we had an independent producer, he would shut it down. You gotta borrow my microphone. All right. Okay, hold on.
No, it's okay. You can keep it. No, you can keep it, Mike.
No, man.
You want to live your secular life, right?
All right. Let it be noted. He had the opportunity to speak on air. Let the record show.
But that's interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna do it properly one day and get him a microphone so he could represent his own views.
No, but let me show you
Yes,
what
it is.
I remember. Okay, so I have.
No, but I change sides now.
No, I'm not changing sides. I'm just telling you an experience.
I'm telling his side.
I want to hear.
So I remember you heard of Genesis. Remember there was a debate recently in Montego Bay, but I was there at the beginning of Genesis. And you have seen
waving your rag with the best of them and flicking your lighter. The lighter.
Yeah. So how much has the word influence? The secular has influence what is spread. But to me, take a debate out of the Jews. They do not separate secular from
music is music.
They have said that in their pursuit of life, everything God has given to them.
Of course. It's the heart behind
I remember this story. Listen to stuff. So there was Genesis concert. And you'd get country western gospel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what you would be used to in church. So no, my friends, these are my friends, you know.
All right,
they were the first DJ Christians, and they went up on the stage and then went on. You know, they were buckled.
The conservative Christians said, what is that?
No,
I don't remember we got
So I see.
Yeah, we're in Jamaica. We're very conservative. That is true.
No, but you see, okay, what do you say about reggae?
Reggae gospel?
Listen, there's nothing wrong with reggae.
Gospel reggae, we're talking about.
There's something wrong with soca gospel.
No. And don't look at the genre just like that.
Yes.
When you get to a point where you're hearing something and you can't tell the difference between that of the secular world.
You mean the beat?
No, not just the beat, the entire thing.
That means we catch them.
No.
They'll be in there hiding and the power of God will hit there.
Tell the difference. And don't forget what the Apostle Paul said. You have to remember the weak ones. Right? If you're
Some of the weak one.
He was speaking for the weak. Well, I said to him, okay.
Cause your brother
to fall,
to stumble or fall.
I must strengthen my brother so he does not fall and test him. And then I must test him occasionally with stuff. Oh boy.
I really just watch so-called religious one.
Yeah, we can't hear him. Well, remember, you're not on air.
You can't tell the difference.
Yeah, well, that's good. That means somebody will come and go to the right one by mistake when they get in there and they see by the attire that this is a very modest party in attire, but great in praising God. So hear what I accused him of. Do you remember that story of David coming back celebrating the great victory? And David was he was dancing and throwing it down.
The only thing that happens is his
loincloth. I said he was twerking. David was showing God the glory.
What he was doing.
And his wife was so appalled by the behavior of this king. She says, what are you doing? You are deporting yourself in the presence of all these people and you are the king. So he must have been showing some leg and chest and maybe butt.
He was dancing before.
He was dancing before the Lord. So now we understand modesty in temple rules. God himself told Moses they must have loincloths and there should be no stepping up so that their privates are exposed while they're in the... And this is about people walking, the men walking in the Holy of Holies. Do not expose
yourself,
your non-spiritual parts. So we understand that modesty, but when it comes to praising God, and it's your whole body that is involved, but your whole spirit. No, sir. What kind of music? What kind of music you think he was dancing to that got him to throw down that his loincloth was out of position? Anyway, you know, who is the one that threw that red herring that caught all of us who are fasting? You still fasting or fasting done?
Our fast is finished.
Oh, so that's why you ate too much yesterday?
No, I didn't eat too much yesterday. No, but what it's a debate that will continue on. What music?
The slow, dreary ones.
Is that no? What is
it's the lyrics? What is it for you, Percy? What's it for you, Lowell?
No, you can't just look at the music.
It is.
For example,
let me translate for you as you speak.
As far as I'm concerned, jazz is
music
pure.
of the world.
Jazz is pure.
All right, guys. He's saying jazz is pure
music and reggae.
Continue. I'm repeating as you say because you don't have a microphone.
You follow me?
And they're your listeners.
No, then it will put it one way or the other.
And then he says, when you put lyrics to jazz, but you don't have a microphone, and if we stop to listen to you, no, how are they hearing you?
Is that
all right?
All right.
We now have a discussion about radio.
No, but it's interesting. One day we must open up a real discussion, because what I'm saying that is godly music was music out of Europe.
The slow, dreary songs that put you to sleep.
Orchestra and
music. Well, that was all music.
But they would say that would not be music. And so when they went to Africa, and the guys were
putting the drums
with the drums and things, they said, no,
that is primitive.
Yes, that's primitive music.
That is true. What you're really highlighting is that religious gatekeepers have always tried to set a standard for what is to be embraced as being of God and what should be rejected. And typically it is set by cultural norms. If in your local church, this is how you worship and the songs you sing and the pace of the music and so on, then that becomes the standard. And when you go somewhere else and they're doing it differently, your whole emotions gone out of what now, because you're thinking, this is not, can I get out, great is thy faithfulness, please. Those are the songs that really connect me spiritually. But in truth, from the purest approach, Lowell described jazz as pure music. But really all music devoid of any lyrics has the capacity to connect you spiritually if you are open to it. All music. Classical music, some people, this is what opens up their imagination and their spirit. For some, it's only the drums. It's always, music like anything else, it's always the heart and the intention of the person approaching it that determines whether it go left or right.
But even in
no, I just want to make it clear. It's not about the music. It's about the complete presentation. It can't be the music.
Well, when you're listening to it,
to a good, and it is
but when you're listening to it on radio, the presentation is the music and the lyrics. If you're open to it, anyway, it's getting testy.
No, but it isn't. It's in debate that has continued on.
I don't want to be misunderstood.
Okay.
I'm not against the music. I'm not saying because it's soca it should have never been.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not. I don't know how much of what Lowell is saying people are hearing.
Yeah,
so, and I don't want to be there.
Music is not.
Saved by the bell. We've got the break. It's 7:30.
Yes, and I invite you to join me on the return of Inside the Soil every Monday morning between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 noon. Join the conversation as I take a look into the agricultural sector and ask the questions which you want to hear answers to. That's Inside the Soil with Roy Tenny Miller for news, views, and interviews on the agricultural sector here on Best 100 FM radio every Monday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Tune in. Control it.
If you not get it, we lose. Make your food be your medicine, your food. Blend up your carrot with the lettuce in a juice. Not afraid to mix the vegetable with the fruit.
Maljam Auto Parts, the place with the most purchase stuff for all your Mazda needs, is doing it again. A new Maljam trailer has arrived with parts to meet any and every Mazda need. Call 461-1786 or 923-4389. Maljam Auto Parts, 9 Kingswood Avenue off Waltham Park Road, Kingston, for all your Mazda needs.
Half a tree. One already, 200. Ready, mama? Ready. Is this the confusion you feel when trying to work your way through medical systems in Jamaica? Try a dose of Ask Dr. Mary every Thursday at 5 to 6 p.m. Let Dr. Mary help you understand your medical problems and bring you to a calmer place.
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Haggard Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing.
Half a tree, 100. Bossy, how you do I take taxi start?
Chano, I want to tell you, say, at 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and me check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and then diagnose your problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
You big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Try calling him, guys, trust me.
What a relief.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-376-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100.
It's good. It's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning and welcome back. So after that lively diversion, let me get back to just completing what I was sharing with you before Pastor Percival came in. I was looking at the reaction to the PISA report. This is the report, international organization that goes to different countries to administer a standard test to 15-year-old students just to see how they rank on this kind of global platform. This is my way of summarizing it. It's probably a lot more involved than that, but for the purpose of what we're discussing, it's enough that you know that it is not a local program, it's an international one, and that it seeks to measure the performance of, or the aptitude of 15-year-old students around the world. 81 countries currently participate in it, Jamaica being one of them. And a report came out recently saying that Jamaican students' performance was subpar, below what would be the average for countries in that. And we were not the lowest, but we certainly did not rank amongst the top 10. So people are responding to it. On the Morning Connection, I think we were one of the first to speak on it, and Percival and I, in our reaction, I think pretty much set the tone for what everybody else is saying. I was on one end of the spectrum saying that it is not good for the morale of our children and even for the nation itself to allow outsiders from their own different cultural perspective to come in and measure our children. And that the result spoke more about the failure of the education system than about the intelligence and aptitude of the children. Percival was saying that it is good to know, and we were in agreement on this, frankly, that it's good to know how we rank against other children of similar age elsewhere, because if we are competing on a global platform, then you need to have certain standards and you need to be intentional in closing those gaps. We're both in agreement on that. I think where we parted company was my rather jaundiced view of this of this program, because I said nobody come into my house and measure my children and call them subpar. You would have to keep that report and avoid me for at least 10 years. Let me forget about it. But in the fullness of time, others are speaking.
God sent forth his son. The sons are speaking now.
I don't know if he's a son.
Run it, right?
Yeah, a son of whom?
Son of God.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess by that token,
and two of them
all are eligible. Yes, and two churchmen. That's true, because it is Deacon Runithwaite, no? And Elder Peter. Both have spoken, and they are saying pretty much the same things in the overall. Mr. Thwaites is in the paper this morning decrying the poor performance of the education system because, as he says, and I rather like what he said, our children are not worse off in terms of aptitude than those in Singapore or elsewhere, the high performers, which is my point. Which is my point. And Peter Espute, he was also saying the system, the education system, is what has let us down. But he was saying what you, his greater focus was on what you said, Percy, that it's good to know what the gap is. Let's just, kind of buckle down and tackle it, because we know that this is an international environment, and you can read it for yourself. But one of the things that it brought home to me is that without a vision, because you and I, you had heard other talking heads on a radio program, saying that the government doesn't have the will to do in education what needs to be done. And I was challenging that it's not about will, it's about competence and vision. Those were my comments on it. And the point about vision is coming out more and more as you see what people are saying. Yeah, what is your vision of your children, where you want them to be, and so on and so forth? Because if you have a vision, you will do the necessary logical steps to execute. And then on the shop floor, in the classroom, the competence of the teachers who were taught by bad teachers going to become bad teachers unless they do one of the spiritual things that we also teach about, because you can become a new person in Christ. And when you do, the gifts with which you are blessed will shine forth and be a blessing to those whom you teach. But we're not talking about that this morning. We're just looking from a technical perspective on what's coming out. So I made up a list of things that parents, some parental responsibilities that cannot be delegated. You cannot leave it to others. Because
to the system.
You can't leave it to the system, the state, the teacher in the classroom, the school, the neighbor. These are things you must do for your children. And I'm gratified to see a beautiful story on the front page of the Gleaner this morning. A young woman, they describe her as a newly minted lawyer. A young woman from some very trying circumstances has now been qualified as a lawyer. She's on the. But what I want to use is a quote she gave from her mother. Her mother was a domestic helper. She says, struggling to make ends meet and experiencing firsthand how difficult her job was. The daughter decided she was going to chart a better future. And she quotes her mother. She says, I'll just borrow a little bit from this Gleaner article. I give credit. Looking back on the hardship she endured and the sacrifices, Swaby was especially proud to experience the gratifying moment with her son, her mother, and her mother, Myrtle Young. And I'm going to quote from Myrtle Young. Her mom says, that moment will be etched in my mind forever, the day I was being called to the bar, and Mommy said to me, I am proud of you. Enough dirty clothes me wash for send you to school. Enough hungry me bear for make sure you eat. She proudly recalled being told by her mother while fighting back tears. And then she remembers how she went to work with her mom. In high school, while studying for CXC, I remember having to go with Mommy when she had to go to work and help, and I went to help her. So she's washing and I am doing something. I remember being there with her one day and she was washing. At this time, washing machines were not so prevalent. So she was always hand washing. And I sat there and said, I am not going to do this. That's not the life I want. I am not going to sit down over a pan of clothes and wash. I am not going to do this. Swaby remembers vowing to herself. Now, this young lady did all, she was a cashier. She did whatever she needed to do to support herself. And as you see, her mom kept working in a menial capacity in somebody's home to get her through school. So here are the things that I say parents should never delegate, or you will find your child's name in a list of subpar. A vision of self. You see, our mother exposed her to what she had to do, and as our mother put it, enough dirty clothes me wash. Percy's trying to say dirty, but she actually has dirty here. But you're feeling it. You're saying if she said enough, dirty clothes. Her mother, through, it don't have to be no statement of mission or anything articulate and beyond your education or your academic capacity. You need to give your children a vision of themselves. Who are you? If you're hardworking, and you know what? The best way to give that child a vision is to show your own self. Expose yourself. Let them see you hardworking, committed, pouring into family, because children who see their parents striving, whether it's a one parent or two, striving to do something to make them better, when they see the sacrifice. As a child, you could recognize sacrifice, couldn't you? I hear you talk about how your mother would give you lunch money and then she walked to work. So we understand sacrifice no matter what age we are. We know when a thing is being done exceptionally just so we can get by. We know when we see the children are being well fed, are being fed first, and the parents get what's left, or share what's left, because they're investing in the nutrition of their children.
Well,
so it must...
But you're bringing out some characteristics. Like, one of the things I learned in terms of vision of me and self,
yes,
and something that happened, they make some vows. You're not going to do this.
Absolutely.
And so when people would comment, even the father that I am, I made a vow early, I mean, not.
You're doing better by them than was done by you.
My father. So
yeah.
And my wife just said, boy, he was an excellent father. If nothing else,
you get full
props. Yeah,
you get full marks.
Because you made a vow and you talk about using some things as markers in your own life. They said, this is the mark. We call them vows.
Mm-hmm. Not falling below that point. And at this point, I gotta give a shout out to Wayne. We haven't spoken to Wayne since the new year. Hey, Wayne. Because that's a man who is giving his child. That child must know she's worth it.
Yeah, man. His daughter.
Yes. She must know that she's worth it.
Father does. And what he does. And he shared his experiences here. He has a vision for his child. And him tell you where he come from.
Yeah.
In terms of when he grew up downtown and what he was involved in. And in the
And if nothing else, she will know what she is not to be.
Yes.
Because daddy is working and pushing so I can be better. So the second thing I have is you should give your child a complete understanding of purpose and self-worth. That's embedded in the vision, but I separated it because the ones who are saying to their children, you're not going to come to nothing. You're just like your papa, or you're just like your mother, or you're just like your grandmother, or everybody from there, so nothing good.
Parents were saying, careful the words
the words you speak.
Because your words are creative.
So then I have here, give them you need to help them define a moral compass and a connection to the divine. This is a part of what you should do and not leave it to anybody else, so that the words of others cannot undermine or take away the value of what you have placed in them. Do not leave it to school or government that just want them to be cannon fodder or put them into some kind of, a treadmill thing. And the last one, you must give them a sense of their place in the nation and in the world. And I'm going to repeat them when my guest, who is in studio looking very debonair, joins us, because I would love to hear what he thinks. Senior man, Tenny, you're coming to join us?
Yes, ma'am. Because I want to chime in. And
you hear some things there. I love it. I absolutely love it. We need a chair for you, or you look like you're ready to stand. Yeah. Well, we gotta hear you.
But even before
he joins person.
Yeah.
Even before he joins. You finish?
Yes, those were the four things. And the reason I was saying it is that when you are expecting the education system to produce giants, you have to make your own investment. You need to present them with, the material on which they can build. And I heard a very interesting testimony from a young boy yesterday who is in a school in America, and he had been given a book to read. And the book had pages and pages of some, this was like an autobiographical account of a young man discovering himself, and he discovered he was a homosexual. But the walk to this discovery was graphically described in the book. And this 14-year-old boy, hearing it, even the teacher, a homosexual man, thought it was too much. And he offered to read ahead and just cross out the pages. That was too much for the tender minds. But he went home and he reported to his mom. And his mom says, write a letter to the teacher, explain how it makes you feel, and ask for a solution. So you don't have to read this book. It ended well. The mother guided him. He did it in the right way with the right spirit, and the teacher recognized that in as much as he was free to participate in what he chose, this young man was free to say, no, this is not for me.
Okay.
And he was allowed to select a different book. In America, a black child said, no, this is too much for me. I'm not comfortable. And you even crossing out the pages and say, no, I'm not even getting the full story because you have crossed out half of the chapter.
Because they recognized that at that stage.
He waged that war, but he was only able to wage it equipped with what his mother gave him. His mother gave him the story of the 3 Hebrew boys and said to him, they said, we're not doing it. So don't accept a compromise that still have you
and they were very
partaking.
Respectful in terms
and
of that. And they say, oh, king, we recognize you are king, you honor the king, but knows at this point in time,
this is not for me.
Cross the line in terms of our morals and people's stuff. I want to root what you have said in some scripture in terms of parental responsibility. And in the book of Deuteronomy, when they came over, and he said to them, hear, O Israel, the Lord your God is one Lord, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart. Deuteronomy 6:4, with all your mind and heart, and with your entire being, and with all your mind. And these words I'm commanding you this day shall be first in your own minds and heart. Then you shall wet and sharpen them so as to make them penetrate and teach and impress them diligently upon the minds and hearts of your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, And when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and you shall bind them as a sign upon your hand, and they shall be folded back between your eyes. And you shall write them upon your doorposts and upon your gate. And when the Lord brings you into the land which is sort, parents, I like that. You have a responsibility, and I'm declaring that to the state. You can't take away parental responsibility from parents. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I want to introduce Teddy, but I know him by the love name. So I said, write your full name and the name of your show. And he only gives me Inside the Soil. No, I love the name of that show. Coming up after this, actually, a treat for those who are so locked into preserving food security and wanting Jamaica to use her very fertile land to benefit everybody.
But parenting.
And fertile soil. Yeah. So we're small up ourselves so we can accommodate our new brother, but not so new. In fact, he's a big brother because you were on the station before with another program which you ran.
The same program, and I went away and came back.
Yeah. So you're now a child of the diaspora who has come back to fix things.
You understand?
We welcome you.
Thank you so much.
All right, Tenny, you're gonna have to give your name. I only know.
Well, let me just reintroduce myself. I'm Roy Tenny Miller, and host of Inside the Soil, the agricultural program, where we look at the agricultural industry in its various layers. And as you peel it away like an onion, you can see the various things that comes with that. And of course, so we dive into the soil and then root out. And the soil, it's a general terminology because it can be the agricultural soil. It is the human soil. They say family soil. The various aspects of soil.
It's the place for growth and fertility, yes.
I find it interesting that you spoke about the person who's doing the what do you call it now? The adaptation. What's the word you use? The test on Jamaican 15-year-old.
Oh yes. The assessment, the PISA assessment.
Oh, yes, he did.
Yes.
And I find it interesting that a Jamaican child at 10 and 11 years old. I'm going to give you a story. And it's a story that I shared with Barbara Gluden, the late Dr. Barbara Gluden, before she passed. And she also said it on radio because, Barbara said she was coming down from where she lived. And there was a young man who was selling beans. I might have about 9 or 10. He sells a paper for his parents. And he was selling her. And then this young man runs the paper business almost like his own.
Yes.
Because that's his thing.
That's his assignment.
That's his assignment. Now, while he's managing the fruits and the vegetables and the stuff, he's handling the paper. Fine. And then when he was finished he was going down. So she was giving him a lift to get downtown. So says, where are you going? So I'm going to meet him mother. Like I'm saying, halfway through. So I said, oh, so we're going. He said, well, so he said, I'm just finished selling off the last paper, so I'm pack up him things and I'm going down. So she said, how you manage? You're not going to school? Him say, yes, miss, but we have to take care of business first. It's a 10-year-old we're talking about. He's taking care of business first before he goes down. So she said, so how much money? He said, well, like you said, me spent 30 paper this morning, so I have $17.26. So this $10 or this must go back on the impress so that we can buy more paper tomorrow morning. This money I'm supposed to get that for go down a grocery man, and then me supposed to have $2 or $3 say
for school.
Budgeting
the man budget and
this is a young man who's 10 years old. You take the average American boy at that 10 years old, can't do that. He doesn't have a clue.
He can't even choose cereal. His mother has to pick the cereal.
If you can, that same 10-year-old, you can put him on a bus and send him to Montego Bay. And he will go to Montego Bay. And if you're not careful, he will go to Sumfest in Montego Bay with goods to sell on the sidewalk or wherever, and he sells, and he does business, and he comes back home to Kingston. Beg your pardon, a 10-year-old boy in America, he can't go further than the gate. The parents can't run the risk of sending him down to Walmart or to training because he doesn't have a clue.
Yeah. Well, some of them do have their paper routes, to be fair to them.
Those are the affluent ones.
Them already are run business. Let me tell you, the only thing that would make that story better is for you to say, and that 10-year-old is Nigel Clark.
But there's so many Nigerian clerks.
Minister of Finance. No, because right in there you have the C person is looking at me askance is the word for that.
Clerk, it might be somebody else.
Maybe let's find one of the financial giants. Because that's the foundation that leads to very great things.
When people say these things about the Jamaican youth,
and use words like subpar,
or give us this low mark, I tend to differ from that. And it speaks well up, and it's the same 6-year-old. How many 6 and 9-year-old kids we see manning stalls on the street side before they go to school?
Have them inventory.
Or after school. Doing inventory and do that sort of thing. And in their own way, they know how to organize their business.
So you've touched on a point that I'm always advocating, and I think maybe even Ronnie Thwaites was touching on it this morning too. I always talk about native intelligence, and I say there's proof that you have competence enough to survive if you're still living. Some of these kids, what they go through, and they're still
absolutely
moving.
Amazing.
We could not even imagine it. So a lot of our testing methodologies and what we do undermine, devalue their native intelligence.
So barometer by which you measure these intelligence and these intellect and these various aptitudes of the kids has got to have some kind of a relevance.
But Percy was saying cultural. What did you say? Cultural sensitivity. You used a very
in psychometrics. We have, and it's a debate that continues on. When you're testing somebody, like I'm testing you for intelligence. The test items that are present there don't have no relevance to
your life.
To your life. And so that continues on, and more, even psychometrics, people are understanding that they have to adapt the test for the culture.
It has got to be culturally based.
Or you lock the person out entirely.
Precisely.
And you lock them out is not just even education. Remember we were looking at that case with the young boy who complained of being raped. And the case, the man was convicted initially, and on appeal it was thrown out. And very, very critical to the loss of the appeal was how the young man communicated with the prosecutor, defense attorney, and so on. He seemed to have been on a whole other level, and he was 15 years old. At the time he was giving evidence, it was clear that this young man spoke a different language.
And he understood what happened to him.
He knew what happened.
So you're starting an argument about the Caribbean Court of Appeal now. Is it or something?
No, that's an interesting segue.
Because we're just talking about if you don't speak the language of the people, how are you going to understand? I give a quick story, and I don't want to dominate the thing. I was on my way to Montego Bay, and a friend should have picked me up to take me down. I said no. When I was in Spanish Town waiting for him, I said, no, I'm going to catch the bus and go down. So I jumped on the bus and I decided to ride down to Montego Bay. And a young miss come and she sat beside me. And she had on her teacher's college
uniform.
Yeah.
Hampshire?
Not Hampshire. She's going to Money.
Teacher's college.
So I said, why are you looking smart today? And she looked at me so. But I make sure I said it in that fatherly tone. Yes. I learned. Okay, good. So having done that, then so I said, what are you studying? She said, well, it's a general teacher's college, but I'm majoring into social work. Because they do social. I said, that's great. I said, why are you doing social work? And she said, well, I'm from a poor family. I said, the fact that I come from a poor family means you must do social work. So don't tell me about it. Because she said, no, man. But, her grandmother usually feed the nation. Okay. From her community, if you know what I mean. Feed the community and that sort of thing. And said she got that kind of a spirit from her grandmother. A conversation, I said, well, all right. Have you heard about Eddie Burke? She says, no. I said, well, all right, talk to your teacher. You need to research Eddie Burke because he's one of the first social workers we had in this country from Gilnock Church in St. Elizabeth. She said, oh, all right, sir. Well, really? I said, the great Louise Betty Coverley? I said, well, you need to research. Louise was one of the first persons with Social Welfare Commission who was not only doing social work. She used the power and the magic of theater to get people to understand themselves and to perform out their own problems and look at them, laugh at themselves, and at the same time understood in a deeper way exactly what these things. She said, Lord have mercy, me never know that. How we getting talking? She said, who are you? I said, just a passenger on the bus. We went on, and then she said something about, she was talking about a symposium or something they were having at school, and she'd love for me to come. And we got talking and so she said, but you don't sound like somebody who should be on this bus. I said, my dear, the truth is, if you don't travel the bus sometime, you don't know what really is happening.
What's going on?
I said, I am coming back into Jamaica. I must confess to you. But I'm chatting too much.
Ignore the man across the way. I'm kidding.
So I said, I have to make sure that I learn some more and understand what. Don't know what's in the word in the.
So you're not disconnected. All right. So just before they disconnect the microphones, we'll take our break at 8. But Tenny, welcome
Thank
back.
you so much.
Welcome back.
And I'm so privileged to be sharing with you these guys this morning. You have a great program going.
Oh, thank you
and I
for
hope
saying
I can
that.
learn so much of that I can transfer that. Learn from you.
I'm sure you will. All right. Enough with the love. Taking our break.
Best 100 FM, broadcasting live in all 14 parishes. Hanover 100.5, 100.9. St. James 100.9. Trelawney 100.3, 100.9. St. Anne 100.3, 100.5. St. Mary 100.5. Westmoreland 100.1, 100.5. St. Elizabeth 100.1, 100.5. Manchester 100.1, 100.5. Clarendon 100.1, 100.5, 100.9. St. Catherine 100.5, 100.9. St. Andrew 100.5, 100.9. St. Thomas 100.5 and 100.9. Best FM, giving you the better vibe.
Jazz is pure music.
Best FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
Hello, I'm Emily Thomas with the BBC News. The Israeli military says it's killed dozens of Palestinian gunmen throughout the Gaza Strip in intensive operations over the past 24 hours. It says ground forces carried out several attacks around Khan Yunis. Yolande Now is in Jerusalem.
It said that they include 4 gunmen who were trying to ambush Israeli troops close to the Al Amal hospital in Khan Yunis. And there's been a lot of concern on the humanitarian side about what's happening around these 2 big hospitals in Khan Yunis in the south. Really the 2 largest hospitals remaining in the south that are continuing to try to serve people there. But they have seen that the fighting really encircling them.
The UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, has said if funding isn't resumed, it won't be able to continue its services beyond February. Countries, including Germany, France, the US and the UK, have paused support following Israeli accusations that UNRWA staff were involved in the 7th of October attacks. The company that was once China's biggest property developer has been ordered to liquidate by Hong Kong's High Court. Evergrande has liabilities of $300 billion. A liquidator can now take over all of Evergrande's global assets and sell them off to repay debts. But it's unclear whether mainland Chinese officials will recognise Hong Kong's jurisdiction. Stephen McDonnell reports from Beijing.
In a ruling, the judge, Linda Chan, said it's time for the court to say enough is enough. She ordered Evergrande into liquidation, saying there'd been an obvious lack of progress on the part of the property giant in dealing with its debt crisis, and that she wasn't convinced it had a viable plan. Evergrande had been a cornerstone of the Chinese economy, but in 2021 it started to default on repayments. For years, the developer had borrowed heavily to stay one step ahead of its creditors, selling residential property before it could deliver what it had already promised.
A senior Hungarian official has accused the European Union of trying to blackmail his government after Budapest blocked a huge package of aid for Ukraine in December. Balázs Orbán's comments follow a Financial Times report that the EU is considering halting European funding if it again blocks the $54 billion package. Here's Nick Thorpe.
The Hungarian government seems to have got wind of this threat from the EU, and it put in its own counter-proposal already. Put very succinctly, Hungary might drop its objections to money for Ukraine being raised from the existing EU budget, Also, it would drop its objections to the EU taking out a credit on the markets to pay to Ukraine. But Mr. Orban's government would demand that it remains an issue of unanimity, and that, in other words, Hungary would maintain a veto, even though it would back down on the content of any aid offered to Ukraine.
BBC News. The Indian Navy says it's freed an Iranian fishing vessel that was hijacked off the eastern coast of Somalia near the Gulf of Aden. A naval spokesman said the Iranian-flagged Iman had been boarded by pirates and the crew taken hostage. He said an Indian warship intervened and released all 17 people aboard. Pope Francis has said African bishops were a special case regarding their opposition to his decision to allow blessings for same-sex couples. But he remained confident that gradually everyone will be reassured by the Church's declaration. The Pope told an Italian newspaper African church leaders and their supporters saw homosexuality from a cultural point of view as something bad. He said last month's new document was intended to include and not divide. South Sudan's Central Equatoria state has banned the sale of a popular local gin, which officials have linked to several deaths. The local governor, Emmanuel Adil Anthony, claimed intoxicated youths had attacked their mothers with machetes. David Bamford reports.
The local cheaply produced gin that's been blamed for several deaths during Christmas and New Year celebrations is labelled Royal Gin, but it's better known as Makwe Gin. It's nicknamed after South Sudan's Information Minister, Michael Makwe, who's said to be the country's most talkative politician. Last year, he had demanded the factory that produces several types of cheap gin be closed down. Now the local governor, where they're produced, has issued an outright ban, saying Makwe Gin can be lethal if consumed.
3 foreign-born residents of Japan have filed a lawsuit accusing police of racial profiling and discrimination. Their lawyers say it's the first such case in the largely homogenous country. One of the plaintiffs, a 26-year-old citizen of Pakistani descent, said he'd been stopped by police repeatedly. The 3 say their alleged profiling violates Japan's constitution, which forbids racial discrimination. BBC News.
Yes, I'm Roy Kenny Miller, and I invite you to join me on the return of Inside the Soil every Monday morning between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 noon. Join the conversation as I take a look into the agriculture sector and ask the questions which you want to hear answers to. That's Inside the Soil with Roy Kenny Miller for news, views, and interviews on the agricultural sector here on Best 100 FM radio every Monday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Tune in and talk to me.
If you not get it, you will lose. Make your food be your medicine, your food. Blend up it, carrot with the lettuce in a juice. Not afraid to mix the vegetable with the fruit.
Maljam Auto Parts, the place with the most purchase stuff for all your Mazda needs, is doing it again. A new Maljam trailer has arrived with parts to meet any and every Mazda need. Call 461-1786 or 923-4389. Maljam Auto Parts, 9 Kingswood Avenue off Waltham Park Road, Kingston, for all your Mazda needs.
Half a tree. One already, 200. Ready, mama. Ready. Is this the confusion you feel when trying to work your way through medical systems in Jamaica? Try a dose of Ask Dr. Mary every Thursday at 5 to 6 p.m. Let Dr. Mary help you understand your medical problems and bring you to a calmer place.
But that's what I'm saying. When I say when the Father speaks, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Haggard Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing.
Half a tree, 100. Bossy, how you do I take taxi start?
Chano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
You hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. You hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
You big star. Yeah, man. Respect my boss.
Trust me.
What a relief.
Do you need reliable health care? We have it. Yes, we do. Great George Street Pharmacy. Shop number 897 Great George Street, Savannah, Lamar, Westmoreland. Opening hours, Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call us at 876-603-7372 or WhatsApp us at 876-205-0499. Yes, we have reliable health care for you at Great George Street Pharmacy, Savannah, Lamar.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning, welcome back to the Morning Connection. 876-619-1508, 876-279-8473. Before, just one thing of note to all of us here. West Indies beat Australia in Australia by 8 runs last night. Wow.
We have a planned party for them.
No, sir. That's a big one. That's a big one.
Oh, yes.
And it is, I know.
Who's more surprised? Australia or West Indies?
I think West Indians are more surprised because everybody say, yeah, send a second string team, 8 guys who are first time caps and they have done well, but you know,
they prove that they're metal, they prove their worth.
Self-worth is a major thing, as you were talking about, in terms of parenting and what we give to our children. The vice captain says, let us see what will happen.
Yes.
The ball is still wrong.
I loved it. When I heard him say that, I said, that's a man who has victory in sight.
Yes.
He's not speaking like one who's taking off his armor.
No.
He spoke as one who was going out to battle.
Oh, yes.
And knew that the outcome.
And the truth is, I know him going to fight.
So when you take the top space, everybody comes at you. All right, we want to hail up our Congo Billy.
Oh, yes, Congo Billy.
Out in the wild.
Hail up my virgin from which part ever thou art?
He's in Canada, where one friend here just tell us it was 0 degrees going to.
Well, you can keep that 0 degrees and stuff it in your pocket.
And don't bring it home.
And don't bring it home.
No, we don't want none of that.
Let me hope you're recovering well and you're all right. Best of yourself, Billy.
Okay. All right. We're going to open the lines. Because we spent time talking about the children and the PISA report, which is how I call it.
The PISA report.
Yeah, because it's PISA.
What a nice name you give it. The PISA report.
Yeah, but the organization is PISA. The acronym.
So the PISA report?
Yes, I said the PISA report is creating all kinds of excitement. We spent time talking about that, and we missed some biggies that took place over the weekend. I think sometimes the news tried to spite us by giving those announcements or those stories when we are off air.
Over the weekend?
Yeah, because one big thing that happened, of course, is that the Constitutional Court ruled that the government's collection of those, the traffic tickets that were not sanctioned by the law at the time, they must return it.
Yes.
Of course, a logistical challenge.
One finance minister was boasting about, we have over.
Oh, well, he's supposed to give it back. But as in all things, I know people are not counting their chickens because it's going to be a challenge for the tax authorities to identify the right people and refund them, and logistical nightmare. But it's doable. Just the same way they collect it, they can give it back.
Or as many people can justify and certify, yes, this is my receipt.
They should have they should have a record. There's a database of tickets that were issued. Not ought to be, because if you don't pay the ticket and they issue a warrant for you, they still have the warrant for 10 years.
Yes, so therefore you should have the receipt.
Just like how, absolutely,
so I get back my money.
Just like how they keep the warrant. That means they have the information there. But persons who know they were issued tickets, and that's what I would do.
So the only people who won't get back money are those who the money were going at the policeman's pocket.
Yes, that was a gift. When you gave it generously, you knew it was never coming back. So you let that go. But the thing to do at this point.
No, I'm left all right. The man said, "We can do for yourself."
Yes. That's intercession for yourself. Of course. But I would say persons, if those who knew that they got tickets and paid tickets during that time period, don't even bother try to look for receipt or anything. Just write to or email or flood them with requests. Say,
give your license number.
Give them your license number, right? Whatever it was, if you have the vehicle number at the time. Yeah, we can open the lines now because we're still having too much fun here. Yeah, and when the first call comes in, we just jump on it. But in the meantime, I would say help yourself. When the government said everybody who have ticket need to pay it by X date or else,
you said it to the government.
And I said,
money by such
so and this is the tide has turned, and this is how the shoe will go on the other foot.
So is the winning of the West Indies of that test that nobody figured that they'd win.
It's a breakthrough.
A sign that the tide is turning. The tide has turned. But I am another way.
You're treating it as a miraculous sign of things.
But one of the ways I'd suggest $15 billion. $15 fee. We could say to the government, all right, we don't want back that money. But designate that $15 billion that only we can say what it must be spent for.
We must approve.
No, it would be easier. It would be easier for you to say, "Give me back my $10,000 by $15,000," than to leave money in the hand of the government as trust money.
Trust.
What, like the NHD?
Well,
like the Universal Service Fund?
It's just a thought.
It's an unworthy thought.
I don't see.
That's a true. I don't trust none of them administer no money anymore.
We don't trust them. Percy is a very trustworthy man. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Good morning.
How are you, my brother? You have 3 people listening to you with great interest. You're pleading the 5th already, but when you plead the 5th, it means you're not going to speak.
You're not going to speak anything.
No, I know.
This is your talk show.
Everybody all right?
We're well.
We're fine.
What am I cooking this morning? I was a warm up.
I don't know.
Wrong program. I know a program that says what's in your pot for breakfast on another radio station. But do you remember Tenny Miller? Do you remember a show called, what is it?
Inside the
Soil?
The agriculture program.
What I'm doing?
Well, it starts again just after this program today at 10 o'clock.
Good. Cause food is the staff of life.
Remember me told you.
And roots is the way you make your living.
Exactly.
Let me ask you something. Do you actually boil the roots? Because if you take away the root of the tree.
Yeah, but listen what happened now. You must know the time when to put in the bush.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And you have to quail it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad because you have to get the nutrients. Sometimes the sun might take out some of the nutrients out of it.
Okay.
But quail it means that if it's spineless or anything, you can be able to use it. Yes, but you just quit it for a while and then because for me, when I do my roots now, have to make sure to eat 10 or 15 different type of herbs. You have to use. These are like a different type of problem.
Right. And they don't counteract each other. They don't.
No, because these are what they call organic.
Okay.
Yeah,
leave that one to Penny.
Non-artificial flavor.
You understand me? We're going to talk about that on Inside the Soil one of these days. But Grant, you don't know, for the promotion and stuff, we have to talk off the air first before you come on the air so we can get it organized.
You mean like me?
Yeah. Yes, you.
Yeah, advertise the program. Yes, sir. Yes.
Really?
So you don't think I'm radio personality?
All right, no problem.
Call the station after the program is finished and then we can arrange it, okay?
Yeah, well, no problem that, man. We are one family, you know.
There you go.
We are one family. I hear you talking about something about the ticket.
Yeah.
No, this government just like them take people for fool.
That's not this government.
All they take was about food. Let me tell you something, man. The government, they use a thing named psychology upon people and strategy. No, something we gone 10, 15, 20 years ago. You got to talk about, so we overcharge. We'll never find a receipt now. We'll never find it. We don't borrow money and pay for a ticket long time, you know. That's why I don't believe in politicians. I don't believe in the government with them strategy and them foolishness. Why them tell people that now? After them don't pressure me, you say, you have to pay a ticket or you won't be able to drive, right? And people line up at tax office and pay until they lock off and say, no, we can't take it anymore. You see, they know how to get revenue from people. I know they're trying to say that you can get money, but they're not put you through this type of stress. Some people that they might say, yo, you get more of that, man. Because we don't feel that already, so if you get more of that, let me go find it, you see that. Well, the government deal with the people. If they try to give you back something, they're going to put you through a long line of stress. And people going to say, no, forget about that, man. We don't pay my ticket and go about my business. You understand me?
Okay.
I remember one time they were trying to contact some people who have outstanding tickets.
Right.
And they have a system which is foolishness, which is slate and pencil. One lady, she got a call. No, the writer tell her that she was a 200,000 outstanding ticket. And she drive a van. With the lady come to this, I don't drive a van, I drive a small little Suzuki Swift. Someone comes to me drive van. Misinformation. Yes, it came out on it. It came out on the radio, man. When it's the people, them are people who are outstanding tickets.
All right, well, you raised an important point because we are in agreement, certainly I am in agreement with you, that just the way the government found it possible to track down all the many people with their unpaid tickets, they should expend the same effort in refunding the monies which the court has said they are not entitled to keep it. Very clear. Some of these things go back to 2006, 2007, so it will be a definite hardship, a challenge for them to do it, but they go back to court on the 12th of March to discuss suggestions on a framework for the refund, and it cannot be such that the government end up with the money. So maybe, Percy, your suggestion will come to fruition when whomever they can find to give it to, it has to go into some fund that can't be spent.
All right, George,
we have another caller. All right, my brother. Thank you so much. We got to take another call.
Okay.
Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Good morning, Papa Lady.
How are you, my brother?
Dave, how are you? Morning, sir.
Morning, morning, Pastor. Well,
the guest is actually a returning son. If you were a listener to the program In the Soil,
Inside the soil.
Inside the soil. All right. So
afterwards he takes over.
Yes, he's
so we were in Barbrook last night discussing the same thing. I was even watching the video of the person. But I'm saying, minute.
Yes.
We have an opposition, our king and opposition, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know, I'm not calling me, but you always defending the political party. But minute I thought it would have been the TNP who would have started these problems, and I thought the TNP would be there to protect us, not a man getting a ticket, and a ticket value $10 and pay $40. And that person went and sued the government police to come out. So it shows that when a successive government or opposition, none of them don't care about us. They are the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
Well, this problem with the tax law, actually the order was signed by Omar Davis. So it's unlikely that the opposition would be the one to say, oh, an order that came into effect during our administration was wrong. And not because they're hiding from the truth, but because once done, they would have all assumed it was lawfully done. Some of these things, is happenstance, is when a lawyer begins to research something and find that there is a... Yes.
There's not a question.
So this
politics is some of the time a person take it up and say, and then
and you stumble on a good defense.
A good defense. I realize this is not right.
Yes,
Look at the devil's advocate now. Suppose this person did just pay the money and then call it a day. That means the government would still be robbing us.
Yeah, but remember that it would have been fixed. It would have gone exactly as it went because everybody assumed it was lawful. But when they came now to upgrade the regulations because further things were going on in the sector, they had an opportunity to fix it, which they did.
Yeah, remember they passed that law. Remember the overnight law that was passed?
The one that was rushed through
the parliament
at dizzying speed.
Yes.
But it goes to show, you're right, they're human beings in the house. That's why people need to hold them accountable. And lawyers in this
and these things
private
should be properly
sector,
debated in Parliament.
Absolutely.
And the public should be invited.
The public should have their input. Because that's when you are really monitoring a system, everybody is held to account. Democracy requires everybody doing their part, and when you vote, you can't just stop and say, I've done my part.
Which is what we have done.
Yeah.
Because we think we've trusted them, but the reality...
But me, pastor there.
Yes.
Specialist. The money can't pay back because every ticket. That's why
it's in a database somewhere.
It's been 15 years, but I think
the idea, the sharing number.
Yes.
That's why.
Except for the people who have died, and you're still. The court is clear. The court says it is our judgment that the state should not be permitted to retain the proceeds of money it received without lawful authority. So it has to go somewhere other than remain in government hands. So we'll see. Maybe some charities that deal with.
The broadcast minute, I was injured on the broadcast, and I remember one person not paying back the money, and then they come back and pay the money, and some people get money.
Yeah.
Why is it that just like how we have the same system to bring in the money easily, we can't have
that's how it's going, my brother. It's easy to collect money. You do everything to collect, but it becomes more challenging.
All right, we have another call, Dave, so we'll try to take him and see what happens.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, caller. Thank you for holding.
Good morning, Tom.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How was your weekend?
Good morning. What's good?
That's good. I see we are on social media, I see this in the White House division, a truckload of fertilizer was delivered to a business place in the order of the night.
Oh, for distribution. In the proper place.
Allegedly to farmers within the area?
Yes, I'm supposed to go to the RADA get and it's supposed to go to the RADA office.
Well,
in which
I am hoping when my program starts at 10 o'clock
I have made a request to speak to somebody from RADA, so I'm hoping to have he or she on my program later on so we can kind of dissect this matter a little bit. But I'm just as concerned as you are. Why are you delivering fertilizer at how much hours a night to a activist house, our business place?
Business place?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, we had a caller who said that he saw fertilizer being delivered to people who were not farmers.
Yeah, you called it, and then they can't go sell it to
after it was being sold, and he remonstrated the local official, and they said. And they had an explanation. But subsequent to that call, I saw in the paper the minister or some government officials saying that it is par for the course for the fertilizer to be delivered to a middleman,
from RADA, so to
right, who then sees to the distribution.
You see, one thing I would like to see cut out of this politics thing.
Yes.
When it comes on to election time, too much things given away during that period. When it comes on to election time, what about the politics?
It's a bad culture. It's a bad cultural practice. It's got political leadership.
Right at the day, at the election, they fix road and they fix 40 years, 50 years. Why? Why they fix it back then?
Well, you know, you asked the question, and it's obvious. To me, it's obvious that they're currying favor with the electorate. That it is for sensible people to see it for what it is and still vote conscience. But you know what? Those who are getting some relief because the urgency of election shamed them in the politicians into doing something. I would not take that away from the communities that, that are getting the relief. Oh, we're past the break.
If you can't hold,
we're 2 minutes past 8:30. We need to take our station break. Would you hold for us, please?
All right.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Goodness mercy, it's me again, Lord, your restorer, your game changer. Join me every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best FM 100. It's Apostle Clive Campbell, a.k.a. the Khaki Soup Man, coming to you from 8 to 12 Orange Street, also Richmond District, Mandeville. Embrace the change.
Maljam Auto Parts, the place with the most purchase stuff for all your Mazda needs, is doing it again. A new Maljam trailer has arrived with parts to meet any and every Mazda need. Call 461-1786 or 923-4389. Maljam Auto Parts, 9 Kingswood Avenue off Waltham Park Road, Kingston, for all your Mazda needs.
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Haggard Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing.
Yes, Hi, I'm Roy Kenny Miller, and I invite you to join me on the return of Inside the Soil every Monday morning between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 noon. Join the conversation as I take a look into the agriculture sector and ask the questions which you want to hear answers to. That's Inside the Soil with Roy Kenny Miller for news, views, and interviews on the agricultural sector here on Best 100 FM radio every Monday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Tune in and talk to me.
If you not get it, you will lose. Make your food be your medicine, your food. Blend up your carrot with the lettuce in a juice. Not afraid to mix the vegetable with the fruits.
Half a tree, 100, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi start?
Chano, I want to tell you, say, at 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose your problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040. Or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
You big star. Yeah, man. Respect my boss.
Trust me.
Ah, what a relief.
Do you need reliable health care? We have it. Yes, we do. Great George Street Pharmacy. Shop number 897 Great George Street, Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland. Opening hours, Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call us at 876-603-7372 or WhatsApp us at 876-205-0499. Yes, we have reliable health care for you at Great George Street Pharmacy, Savannah Lamar. Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good. It's better, but nothing beats.
Oh.
Good morning. Oh, boy.
Good morning and welcome back. Well, we've got company in the house, and you know what they say? What do they say, Percy? I was going to say misery loves company. Hello, company. But no, we're not.
There's a good company to a long bench.
That is the good one. That's the right one. Long bench. Yeah, we have a long bench in here.
Under the mango or the breadfruit tree.
Mm-hmm. Breadfruit for me.
And trust me. And why do I have a roast?
Mangoes have flies.
And a roast piece of saltfish and a pure conversation with a big bug of beverage.
Is that how the inside the soil is run? It involves roast breadfruit saltfish. Include yellow yam.
We have a variety of
include roasted yellow yam, and I'm in.
When you roast the yellow yam,
yeah,
then you slice it in a two. With some ackee and saltfish, how nice it will be.
Is that a song?
And the bright,
it sounds
and
familiar.
the tight caramel dumpling, stick in my ribs.
Put a little flour in it for me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, cornmeal with flour. But,
no, some cornmeal dumpling are like eating corn.
Yeah.
All right, so some of us are still fasting, so enough with the food talk. Conrad Online is sending me some fire. Conrad, can I read all of that? He says they went over the RADA letter, and he says the response is trash, and he put some fire to it.
Let's rather send it.
I've grown a lot more sympathetic to RADA since my niece started working with them. And I hear, because she's in the marketing department that seek to connect farmers to buyers.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's an excellent effort, really, and greatly needed. So that part of it is doing something.
They're trying very hard. I must say, I had a meeting with some Ministry of Agriculture representatives, and the technocrats are really trying to do it, but then
okay, hold your meeting. Let's take the caller. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, love and bless. How are
It is well with us, my brother. How are you?
African.
Reverend.
We're good, how are you?
We have a man of the soil in the house with us this morning. Tenny Miller.
You thank you, Miller.
Bless up yourself, my brother.
I will better kind of thing.
Huh?
I will better kind of thing with better kind, you know?
You'll be there to help me, to guide me along, so I'm not worried.
And believe me, you will get suggestions from African. And African is a man of the soil too, you know. Very keen on food security and other matters. What's up,
African? You know, if they don't turn the love when rain falling, so it's all right.
I'm not going to do the mother one. I the thing with the, you know?
Yes.
What's on your mind this morning?
What's the people in look at the reparation and now, because them did then match out the investigation already, you know. What am I waiting for look at the reparation?
Well, for me too. First thing, Africa, in reparation, one have to agree that they can pay back something. So we can work out the mathematics and say how much $1 trillion, but if the man who's supposed to pay
the money
don't come there, you can't do that. But but if the man who's supposed to pay don't agree, you don't get nothing from him, Africa.
I mean him don't agree.
Oh.
You're gonna have to take it out of his dead hands.
Let me tell you something. Elijah Marcus Garvey watch the thing, you know.
Okay.
In the spiritual way. And you know, so when Elijah called down something, you know.
Call on fire.
Huh?
Fire.
He's the fireman.
You think of fire alone, like, you know?
Don't lightning.
Huh?
So,
yeah. You're going to find something when you call them.
All right.
That me I tell you, Reverend. Them should just match out the thing and be able to pay the something better.
Okay.
All right, my brother, I hear you.
It's a cause really for judgment in the world, you know.
And let me tell you, when it comes to matters of righteousness, that are those matters that are in the heart of God, man's resistance, man's reluctance, even our own laziness in supporting what we must support won't change the outcome. Once it is set, it is set. So there are some things that I just know, so long as God remains God, it shall be done.
That's why I encourage them otherwise to pay the something.
Do it early before the judgment reach them.
Yes, no problem, just go and do the program, yeah?
Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Morning.
Yes, Cruz, what's up?
Yeah, man, I have 4 hours, but you don't remember this man we not talk about this in the funny radio.
You don't remember Tony Miller?
No, that.
Come Tony.
Hello?
The line is really bad. Because we might have to release the call so you could just call again. Good morning and welcome.
How are you?
I am well, thank you.
Morning, Princess, Queen, King, and Pastor. I don't know why we're concerned about this money issue, because it is the court who collected the tax from the people who they themselves have hard work on now. Them supported the whole taking of the people and funds.
I don't think the court apparently inadvertently seem to have aided a bit of the process.
They should know better, because they are the ones who actually, I will say, enforce the law. So if the people come before you and say it is not lawful, why are you taking their money?
Well, they now find that out. Apparently, they never knew before. It's just because they have a test case, and having investigated, they realize now that there was an issue. Some anomalies that is within the context of the law, so they had to say, well, no, the government cannot keep the money; it must be paid back to the citizens.
But the point I'm making, the court should have known better than not.
You know that the court, though it's an institution, is populated by men and women who have to read and study, and so they will make mistakes. That's why we have courts of appeal, and it is a court out of the same structure that has said, having looked at the law, it was not lawfully authorized, this money that was collected. But it wasn't just the courts, These are traffic tickets issued by the policemen, and most of them, I would say 99% of them, people just went to the tax office and paid it.
Because they didn't have a choice. And this is the problem, that the court should not be a tax collecting agent.
Yeah, but you're saying the court don't collect tax. When it comes to the court, it's a fine. And it's not always what's on the face of the ticket, because the judge will make, most times when you go to the court, you are fined less than what is on the ticket. I'm so glad that you're a good driver and you never experience it. No, it's been argued that when you go, you should pay more, but it does not work out that way.
Some of the time,
yeah.
Remove all that kind of record.
How would you deal with traffic tickets?
Move it within the community and use the JP to deal with it. So if the man create the offense and said catching, we're in that part of the community, he goes there and the JP deal with those issues along with the district constables.
But you know that when the JP does things that involve money for government or they do it as a petty sessions court. It's still a court. But you're suggesting
GPs are not properly trained to be able to administer affairs of the future.
And stop having the court kind of time with these matters and seeming like they're tax collectors, if you get the point I'm making. They might not literally collect the money, but once them say guilty, that's it. Money must pay.
No, okay. Have you ever got a traffic ticket? You sound like a man who was not tangled. Sound like you haven't tangled with the traffic court.
No, well, I have fought my case several times. And
because the ones that go to court are the ones where the citizen feels that he has been wrongly accused of committing an offense. And citizens who are accused of committing offenses must go through the same judicial process as for traffic, as for any other offense, even though they're segregated and have a traffic court. So you can deal with them expeditiously and with a certain level of skill.
And that's why I'm suggesting we transfer to the particular area, to the JPs in the area. Make that simpler.
No, sir. No, me not agree with that. If I am contesting something that the government is saying I did wrong, I don't want the JP. I want a well-trained judge who have experience and who can deal with it. Me don't want a JP.
No,
yes.
Guilty. So therefore, the ones that need justice.
No, the ones who are guilty don't object. They go to the tax office and pay.
No, I hear those who go for them pay, man.
Yes, because when after you go 100 times, you decide that maybe your guilt could be negotiated.
For times like me,
but you stuck to it. You never cared.
Because I think part of the process is frustrating, you know.
Yes. Yeah. So all of a sudden now your guilt or innocence is negotiable. Yeah, well, me never really do it, but me not have time.
You don't have the time, but some of the time people say, me didn't have the time and say, me never did it. So
that's most people who don't have the time to type to do this.
Yeah.
That's very clear. And even when you see him is injustice, it was not a proper decision by the policeman for whatever the reasons are.
Yeah.
You just see it because you don't have the time you take for type in court and all that. It's a waste of your time, and that's why I say if you care back into the district here where you come from, the GP basically should know the people in the community.
Man, you're writing a whole new definition of jurisdiction now. The jurisdiction for an offense. The jurisdiction for an offense is where it is committed. You couldn't go back to the JP that know you where you're born and the offense was committed somewhere else.
That community, the JP in that community.
Yeah, but all right.
You mean the JP in the community where the offense is committed?
Most of the time, when an offense is committed in like St. Catherine,
yes,
the area,
yes,
the people live within the area or work within the area.
No, sir. They must speed through to go somewhere else.
No, but upon reality, I know people.
In traffic cases, not necessarily within the area.
No,
maybe for taxi men.
Yeah, but you get that traffic. You
go St. Anne. Yes.
And you get a traffic ticket in St. Anne. You can't go in St. Where you live in Kingston.
And say, right. The only thing you can do in Kingston is pay it.
Pay at the tax office.
Yeah, you better go back to the parish court in St. Anne. Yeah, because
we make it sound like the JPs don't know each other neither. Because
at this point, they don't. How many JPs you know, Percy?
If it is done in St. Anne, as I say, and in Kingston, I think that matter can be transferred.
Anyway, I want you to please remember that justices of the peace volunteer. So we're not going to give them no only work like our Justice Minister Chuck, I try and make them into everything. They don't get paid, you know.
I think they should be paid.
They should get a commission from the tickets that they collect.
And you talk about training them to be able to handle matters.
Yes. Anyway, I'm pleading for the JPs. Leave them out of your plan. Yeah, but you know, you make a point. When persons change their mind after being put through the ringer for a 10 or 12 court appearances, there should be a simple way for them to pay without going back to court. You can change your mind, or you lose your ticket and you miss the date, whichever one.
Yeah.
There should be a simple way. As it is now, you're left to go to the police and court, and that is a waste of the court's time. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes. Do we have another caller? Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Morning.
Yes. Now we're hearing you. Yeah, man, we're hearing you clearly.
JP, I think just a cup of tea should be paid.
You think so?
They should.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the amount of things that them have to do now, they should be paid properly.
Yeah,
A mediation, you have attestation, you have
We should take
child
away some. We should
aversion.
take away some of the money from
Put it in a lockup.
the MPs. Some of the new salaries that are paid the JPs.
But this truck guy feels like he want to turn him in a police and judge and everything.
It's a serious thing.
Yes. No, well, what he was thinking about lessening the burden on the courts, and he found the closest. You know, the name justice is in the name.
But Pastor, you know, I hear you dedicating a song to your wife the other day.
The wifey.
Yeah. If I was a Christian, I wouldn't dedicate that song to my wife in public, you know.
Why?
Oh, you listen to the song. So you listen
the type of song, that type of song.
That she's my wifey.
What do you mean by that type of
song? When you're a Christian, that's a worldly song. And these guys that those songs are evil, guys. Trust me.
All right, sir.
So I'm surprised when you dedicate that song.
What kind of song could Percival dedicate as a pastor? What kind of song? Give him an alternative so we can clean it up for him and give a fresh dedication.
Me no really think about it, but you know, dedicate no song more and send some nice people around Bookshop and whatever.
Oh, you must just tell her. Okay.
Pastor, let me down, man. Let's take that for you. If I was going to deal with Christianity again, we should change my mind from that.
Oh, Lord.
Christian, I would never sing a song like that.
Okay, sir.
So tell me what about the song you found inappropriate? Something specific about it. It sounds like you know the song.
Yeah, I know the song, man. I got the song we listen when, like, when I drive down the road or when we go, you know, like.
That is not for a Christian.
What is it that the song said lovers do that a Christian man and woman shouldn't do?
Actually, we never think about that part, you know.
All right. But you know, as crews are talking, he might dry him out. I'm not going to dry him out for it.
You soon come back to the Christianity, because see, now you're so concerned for Percival's soul that you're telling him, don't choose that song. Choose a different song.
No, I'm not concerned about his soul. I'm not care if he go ahead my hell. No matter to him, but where you want to go.
So why are you advising him on choosing the right song?
No, because
yes,
it's like I see some priests. They smoke. I was in Canada and they were just in smoke and in drink alcohol, and we don't think that's right.
But why not? What does it matter to you, since you don't care if he's wrong or right? Why does it matter?
Being on the radio in the public ear where people are listening to him and maybe look up to him, and I think that's them also them can't do anything.
So who you care about? The people looking up to him or him?
Mostly people. I listen to him and I will do the wrong thing, because they say, Pastor, you know, so nothing wrong with me doing. Just let me hear that talk about soccer thing this morning.
Yes. Yes. How you feel about it?
Me hear some gospel. We have some word in him. That should never. Them things they have to mix with, you know.
So you vote with Pastor Lowell that some of those songs need to stay. They're too confusing.
Yeah, man.
Percy, go and dry out, because we're seeing that your Christian characteristics are coming more and more to the fore.
Pastor,
we're gonna keep working at it until you're back in the fold.
No, that not gonna happen. That not gonna happen. Me not go that the road again. Impossible. Remember me telling you something to baptize. I think it was 78.
And you run away.
And in a apostolic church, Lacoba, and when we see them hate Adventists, them hate Church of God, them hate other church, and then the church hate them. So I said, but them people come like JP and PP. So,
Right, so you're right in terms of, can't win.
Plus, what the pastor man did with the girl and pastor, so when we get them the story, and meet happen to pastor.
So there is healing and restoration and forgiveness.
You know?
Yeah,
But
don't want
hear
yourself of a good thing.
But, Miss Millett, I'm serious to it.
Yes.
Most of these gods that these people are making, even in the United States and out there, it's just selling up. It's about making money. It has nothing to do with religion. It's about making money. That's why they're using those rhythms so people can buy.
So what's wrong with making money amongst Christians? You don't think they should make money? They should do it for free?
Miss Minute, it's how you make money. It's how you make money.
But making music is making music. So you're saying making music is not a good way for Christians to make money? What should Christians do to make money? What do you think is an acceptable income stream for Christians? What should we do?
But Miss Minute, if I use a rhythm like what a dancehall artist use, when they say gospel should mix it a thing like that just to make money, it doesn't apply to me.
All right. So the question proves that you're talking. What is music?
What do you mean, if music is Christian or worldly?
Yes. How do you determine what music is and what is good and bad music?
Is there a moral
descriptor for music?
Yeah.
Yes, there should be a moral.
Okay.
Wow, the line gone bad again. I don't know what's. Oh. All right, Claudia, release the call, please.
Yes, take out my ear. Good morning and welcome. Is it that when it's like when it rings sometimes it creates a disturbance? Okay. So it's
there's this debate that is music by itself, like they agree that jazz music is pure music. Is it the instrumental or, as the producer was saying, is it the presentation? So the music and the lyrics is what makes it cross the line over into whether it is good or bad.
Yeah, because
but music really is the harmonious sounds that come from the use of instruments. Instruments. When you put lyrics to it, you have a song. When you put dance to it, you may have an act, a performance. And that's the whole presentation that Lowell was talking about. But music, there are some things that don't have any moral descriptor. Yes. Music, food, drugs, or medicine, whatever you want to call it. All of them can be abused. In their rightful use, they are a blessing, a tremendous blessing. And yes, and some would put guns and arms into it too, because you use them to defend a nation, you use them to rob and kill. It is the hands of the man that determine.
Negative influences on music now. For example, metal.
There's some. Well, that's not very harmonious. That's why I put in harmonious.
Because it's origin.
Yes. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Pastor.
Good morning. I've not heard you in a while. How are you?
Yeah, man. I think school need to school the way school.
You know, I'm not hearing you clearly at all. I'm not sure if it is the.
No, I don't think Pastor has done nothing wrong.
Wow, who heard what was said? Your voice is very muffled, and I'm not sure if it's the quality of the line.
No, I think school is so wrong.
Yeah. About the song?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I don't think Pastor will not do that.
All right.
You chose, the pastor chose a good song. Pastor, your turn. All right, thank you. All right, we're taking our 9 o'clock break now. Thank you so much for calling.
Good.
Best 100 FM, broadcasting live in all 14 parishes. Hanover 100.5, 100.9. St. James 100.9. Trelawney 100.3, 100.9. St. Anne 100.3, 100.5. St. Mary 100.5. Westmoreland 100.1, 100.5. St. Elizabeth 100.1, 100.5. Manchester 100.1, 100.5. Clarendon 100.1, 100.5, 100.9. St. Catherine 100.5, 100.9. St. Andrew 100.5, 100.9. St. Thomas 100.5 and 100.9. Best FM, giving you the better vibe.
You saw what I mean?
Best FM 100 on your dial. Please proceed.
That's where this
Boss, how we are doing take taxi start?
I know. I want to tell you, say, at 2 months now, my transmission must up, you know, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, waste all that time on shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose your problem and get back your transmission brand new. With them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxwell Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
Big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss. Ah, what a relief.
Do you need reliable health care? We have it. Yes, we do. Great George Street Pharmacy. Shop number 897 Great George Street, Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland. Opening hours, Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call us at 876-603-7372 or WhatsApp us at 876-205-0499. Yes, we have reliable health care for you at Great George Street Pharmacy, Savannah Lamar.
Somebody Photoshop that first.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Haggard Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing.
Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on the Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100.
It's good. It's better, but nothing beats.
Welcome back. We are just crossed the 9 o'clock hour, 5 minutes past, saying tearful goodbye to our friend Tenny, our new friend, because you know he's been here before. He's your old friend, but he's our new friend. He's gonna be on at 10, so you'll get to hear him again. I do hope you tune in. Inside the Soil is big business. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection. Good morning. How are you, my brother?
I think it's amazing that that Cruz does not like the song chosen by the pastor, and I didn't know Cruz would care either way.
Well, he's there saying he don't care, but he still has an opinion. It's ironic.
Yeah.
It is some irony there because he not care, but he's still.
Well, what I'm saying is he has a standard.
Yes, 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 yes.
So he's saying pastor don't meet the standard.
Pastor has not met the standard with his choice of song, and those gospel musicians who are using the reggae genre or the soca to give you their praise and worship lyrics, they should not be doing it because they're only using attractive beats for money, and that's not Christian.
I see. So I want to know if you did ask him, but he didn't seem to be able to answer.
No, what can they do? Yeah, he didn't answer.
Yeah, so if you can, one of these days play the music for us to hear, because I don't know what song you're speaking of.
Yes, in fact, I'm gonna. I'll ask Lloydie to play it before we leave because I didn't think there was anything in it that could cause anyone, especially even agnostic. What would we call Cruz? Is he pretending to be agnostic? Even one who said they don't care about God. I wouldn't expect him to object.
Yes. This morning when Pastor was speaking, you know, he usually his microphone sounds like it's somewhere in the kitchen while cooking. Why is it always like that? With his microphone never sounds
as if he's speaking directly in it. All right. So now I'll let you in on a secret right here in the studio. The producer says that the pastor need to speak directly into the microphone and not wander away from it as he is speaking. Pastor is very dramatic, you know. He move his head in turn to speak to me. He forget his radio.
Yeah, but yeah, he must bear in mind he's on the radio.
Yeah.
Speaking in a microphone.
All right, Pastor, defend yourself. He's practically kissing the microphone now. So your words have reached somewhere. You've done better than Lowell has in 2 years. Lowell looking up. No, let me tell the producer. Malvern has said Percival microphone, so like it's in the kitchen cooking somewhere. And I explained that you have been persuading. But look. He's hugging up the microphone now, just because the man from Malvern has spoken. So thank you, my brother.
Yes. I just want to say, I am looking forward to listening to the new Ghost on the radio.
Yes, Inside the Soil. Inside the Soil, that one, 10-11. Yes.
I'm looking forward to that show because...
Absolutely.
It will. And he's a good man. And he, as he says, he's 27 years old. So he have a whole lot of experience in terms of the soil.
In 27 years.
Yeah, he's 27 years.
Yes, I think it's
a very knowledgeable person. And he's really asking hard questions. And as somebody was telling us about the truckload of fertilizer that was delivered in Whitehall, asking some questions. Hard questions. You know, Malvern, before you depart, do you know who your candidates are as yet in your neck of the woods? Malvern? Okay, good morning. Good morning. Morning call. Thank you for calling. It's now...
No, the lines seem to be corrupting the calls or something is happening.
Good morning.
Yeah, but Bevin is asking online too. Listen, we were gonna play the wifey song as we're leaving. Slowly and carefully. Good morning and welcome.
Yes, good morning to all.
Good morning.
Yes, how are you?
I'm great, you know. Blessed love, man.
Blessed love to you too.
Yeah, I wonder which song that, so me can't answer which song really. That's one song.
All right, we're going to play it again. It's a song named Wifey. Wifey. And all because Percival, in recounting a conversation with his wife, said he addressed her as Wifey. So it inspired the producer to pull up a song with the same name. It's a love song.
Well, he must know. He must know why him request that song, you know, because it was them get together. So,
all right. Oh, Jesus. It's a song about a man meeting a woman who later became his wife, and he's reminiscing and recollecting how they went on dates and so on and so forth. Listen to me, and it has a nice beat, and you can easily dance to it. And somebody says because Cruz don't have no wifey.
A good young man. Then goes up and you to listen to it regular.
Yeah, Cruz, every woman he met was every woman he went with was his wife. So he knows what it is. But maybe because he knows so much why I'm thinking Pastor should stay out of it.
Well, my Christian song is Shed Rock Me Sakana Bendigo by the Abyssinian.
Oh, the Abyssinian, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I like to play that to the world.
All right. Okay. Boy, the Abyssinian music always hard for Lloydie find. Lloydie, you can find that one. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego by the Abyssinians.
Yeah.
All right. We'll hunt that one down for you, my brother. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, man. Easy fine. What me I say, I will not think to talk about things because right now, I talk about the government all the way.
Mm-hmm.
I have to this government, I rob the revenue until I get locked up. We should lock them up because I rob the revenue.
When you say government, you mean one specific person? Because we can't lock up all of them. We'd have to try them, find them guilty by a due process.
Well, the Prime Minister said, I respond to everything.
So if you lock up everybody...
No, you said just one guy responsible for everything.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, same thing. You know, and yeah, right now the country now run good enough. Every time you look, me say, well, that look like, you tell them, you know,
chaos. Yeah.
You know, and I think one time I used to talk about Armageddon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, so I say, look at the people them really want to see what is Armageddon. So they must live through it.
Well, there are some people who will experience the end of time, so we don't have to desire it. It will happen.
Yes, yeah, so when I say, that is why I say I go and live for 200 years now, because I go and live
You'll see it.
All of these things come to pass now, because the people have to know, they have to learn, they have to understand and say, don't touch this, don't touch that.
Consequences.
You tell me, say, a boy born, and I'll say, I'm a girl, and you, I will know, say, I'm a girl, I will make him say, yes, man, I'm my girl. And you know that boy.
Well, you want Percy to tell you the story of the leopard and the and the donkey and the lion.
Yes, right.
Sometimes you let people go in their foolishness because the truth will come and they will have to contend with it. You don't fight them.
True.
You don't fight them about the obvious.
Yeah, but you know, we will know we can allow them to go in and go.
Well, you see, you know, you put it that way, and it's a real serious situation because as we go about declaring that all rights are to be respected, and we are simultaneously respecting the rights of others, there are some things that if we go too far with it, then it pulls apart the narrative that we respect other people's rights.
Yeah,
somebody who is born as a girl and wants to walk through life as a boy and gets pregnant will have an explanation. And right. So there are some things that the biology of it, because they've had situations arising in the prisons where they follow people with their argument about who they are and put a man in a female prison because he said he was a woman and he ended up making babies. You see what I mean? And then it is plain. See, you take it to a point of absurdity and the Lord show you the error of your ways. Anyway, we do have a caller waiting. So thank you. And listen for the song. Listen for the song. We're going to play it.
Yeah, man. Yes, I'm right here.
Cool.
Yes.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Morning. You hear me now?
I am hearing you beautifully.
Oh, that song is one of my favorite songs.
So you don't want. So you don't share it. Is that it?
No, man.
You're being selfish, man. You're being very selfish, Cruz.
This minute.
Yes.
This minute.
Yes.
Really people to walk in a freedom lane. A Christian freedom lane.
Well, you're gonna have to suck this one up, my brother. He's in your lane with that.
No, he can't have to speak to me and this minute, here this other thing.
Yes.
I just hear make a speech because that like me not have like me here, God or whatever, or something like that.
Like you what?
People always call me a atheist, you know,
like
because
you
of how me talk.
No, sir. What did I say?
You're agnostic.
I said agnostic, not atheist.
No, you say that is not. No, you mention a word I don't exactly remember the word.
I'm telling you the word agnostic, one who don't really care whether God exists.
Right, one don't care about. Who tell you that I don't care about God? I care about not God, the Creator. God, I don't talk about God. When I used to pray to the Creator and never call a God name because God can be anything.
All right.
God is a title, just like our Creator.
Yeah, just right. I always say the Creator, but there's why I
ask you, and you saying you don't care.
People always, I question some things where they say God do and what God want you to do. I'm have a brain to think to myself and say, no, sir, God could never do that. But I have a good conscience and a clean heart.
All right.
And I say God could never do that. Then what kind of God that would be if God ever do that? Then, you know? So we say things like that.
Yeah.
And people
I do look forward to speaking with you on it more, but not on air, because you know you owe me about 10 fried fish by I'm not counting, and I think we added yams to it when you boasted about your crop of yams. So you know, Pastor Percival and I are gonna visit you.
Well,
yeah, not visit you with cameras and microphone, but just
Yeah, I hope so. But
so when you say we should
I want to ask you one thing now this morning, Miss Smith. If you have some lands and you don't pay taxes for it for a couple of years, can government just sell it behind your back?
There is law that permit them to, but they won't do it behind your back. The first thing they're going to do is make a claim against you for payment of your arrears of taxes. They won't sell it behind your back. They ought not to. Let's put it this way. Government don't want land, they have enough of it. They want money.
No, man.
And if they sell your land, it's to get money.
Miss Minute, this government always want land. Trust me, from a little boy, I check them out. This government always grab land.
Right, but I'm saying they will grab the land that is available to them because as government, they control a lot of land. When it comes to your land, what they want is the money, the tax. So they will first seek to collect the money from you. So what happened? You know of land that's been sold behind?
This government don't think about tax. They think about taking it for the big friend to build up all kind of big things.
All right. I know that that's your perspective, and it's very sad.
Yeah, that them do.
It's sad that there are Jamaicans who could feel that way and have cause for it. But
at the end of the day, if we really have any land where government just take behind my back, people are going to, I don't know who, if I the wrong or the right, but somebody,
Well, you don't have to worry too much about that, because they might try to collect money from you first. So you will know that it's at risk.
They only tell you that. Me kind of radical body, man. Trust me, but me I try to be myself.
You're going to be,
You're a good candidate for the kingdom.
Cruz, you're a good candidate for the kingdom.
Of God. Serving God, just like Pastor Percy.
All right.
Pastor Percy, never seen me know one nice song where you should have done
I want to hear it. All right, thank you.
Tomorrow.
Yes. But you know that this moral judgment on what men and women of God can and can't do extend to many things, clothes, jewelry. But let's take the call first. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. How are you both today?
We're good.
Thank you.
Lovely. All right, just 2 points.
Yeah, go ahead.
First one is especially on a Saturday, there's a pack up of traffic. on the boulevard.
Mm-hmm. Is
Coming
that
from
Washington?
From
Coming from where, sir?
Portmore side.
Coming up.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And when you reach up to Pembroke Hall, it takes a long time, but when you reach there, the traffic finished right there.
Yes.
So the cause of the traffic is because people who are coming from halfway to Jericho on Boulevard, turn into Pembroke Hall, taking the right turn into Pembroke Hall side to the plaza. So I don't know if there's
You know, man, we're listening.
Okay. I don't know if the authorities, where you have traffic back up, if somebody normally goes and look at it to see what are the options. But when I look at it, I realize what caused it, and what they can do to change it.
You know what it is? Because the people coming on Pembroke, on Ken Hill Drive, there's a place that those who are very conscientious, always leave the place open that people can turn and go into the plaza. But most people just drive. They're not conscientious. So if that space is not there and people filtering onto Ken Hill Drive from Boulevard, they have to wait until somebody open the place because there's a stoplight there also. So if people were more conscientious, you wouldn't have the backup. They just leave the space open so people can filter on in the thing and turn right into the plaza so you don't have the traffic backing up at the stoplight.
Yeah, but the caller has gone a little deeper than that. He's saying there's a trend and it's observable. And if those who manage traffic are watching it, there are fixes they could introduce, because some people is not that they lack conscience, it's bad timing. You cross, you expect somebody to do something, and you get caught. But if there's someone there or some mechanism they can put in place, what's your suggestion?
My suggestion is that they need to move the entrance from there and put it to the further end, which is about 100 yards of the road. Because they have two entrances and exits, But they use both of them for entrance and exit. So they should use theirs for the first one as exit only. So those who come from Boulevard would have to drive like 100 yards up before they make the turn to the plaza.
Yes, and that's something that could be done by the owners of the plaza.
Yeah, but the truth is, it's not all because it's something I feel I know is not only going into the plaza itself, it's an entrance that allows you to go into Marvally because there's a road and you can go into the go into the thing. So it's not only the plaza that is causing the problems, people going into Marvally
And
using it.
And his suggestion wouldn't answer the going into Marvally part of it.
No, because other people businesses there. Yeah. So that's one of the challenges. Yeah.
But you know, when you started speaking, I immediately saw one of those applications. I think like on Google Maps, you can see where the congestion is on the road. So those who manage traffic only need to be watching the satellite images. Either they use their own or they just use one of the available ones and have somebody on the ground respond to the areas where you can see. Because when we are traveling through the city, we use the map and it shows you based on the color the degree of congestion that is ahead of you.
Google Maps
better use of the technology could assist them in sending people to intervene at the areas where you have congestion. That's what a caring nation, our caring government does for its people. Because Saturday's so precious, you can't spend all of your time burning out your little bit of petrol in traffic, dealing with congestion. Thank you for pointing that out, my brother. I just wonder if there's anyone listening who could act on it.
To someone earlier about the 10-year-old child budgeting and everything.
Yes.
I was wondering, the average child from the country, I don't know about now, but I know about then, knows a lot about responsibility and budgeting than those today, because when I was age 12, I was responsible for bathing my sister and brother, them, go be a flat and do everything, playground, so whatever you know, all of those. And in terms of even food budget and those things, you learn those things as a child in the country. I don't know about nowadays style and especially things that I don't know.
Yes.
But it's just that these child do not get the opportunity in school and further beyond school because, financial difficulties.
Yes, and things Times have changed. But may I ask you this? Did you raise children, participate in raising any children yourself?
Not for myself, but yes.
Yes, okay. So did you pass on those values? How did you address making sure that whatever ways you could use to teach them the kind of responsibility you were taught, were you able to do that?
To some extent, to some persons, you know.
Yes.
But
well, I congratulate you on it because that's the challenge, to hand over what you learned, what you got to the next generation. And that's where, I think that's where we're falling down.
And you said one of the things, Carla, that I did the same thing, and it taught me respect. I'm the middle child, and I have 3 younger siblings, and the gap between myself and my older was large enough because they were out of the house, and I had to take care of them. So picking them up from school, making sure they had something to eat, preparing them. That's how I learned to plait hair, and yes, man, and all of those things. But what has happened?
And you're doing that with your kids.
Yeah, but what has happened is that the whole thing of chores, giving young people chores because it teaches them responsibility. Everything, it's not there anymore. So you have to be intentional.
So why isn't it there? While I have someone on the line other than Percy's viewpoint, why do you think even some of the things which we later on saw how valuable they were in giving us a sense of responsibility, why we're not passing it on?
Because we say we want to make life better.
What's your view? Why aren't we? Why do you think we're falling behind with that?
Well, I think what the time that the parents those days had to give it to us.
Mm-hmm.
They know what the parents, they are more fast moving and don't have much time, but even they give it to us, they are not able to monitor it.
Yeah.
Because, let me take for example, my light bill don't pass $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
No, when I first stayed over there,
yes,
for holiday and stuff, and when you show them how to, like from my fan,
yes.
I go to about 9, 10, and I set my fan for 2 or 3 hours to lock off itself.
Mm-hmm.
Other person turn on the fan all night.
Yes.
I'm driving, and I know that the quicker you change into a high speed, the less you have to use. Some people drive on them a view, a river out the gear, and a river out the gear before they change the next one. And they use both that.
And anybody who travel with you, you are the kind of person who would share that knowledge.
Definitely.
Yes.
And even people who choose the first shot, because normally some persons will come from country and say they have some business they want to spend that 2 days in town, and things like that. So, but this is the way they share from time to time. And I deal with young people regular too.
Yes. Yeah.
Try to share it with them.
It's the sharing, man.
Yeah, I think this because they spend a few hours and days with you. You show them it, but they live into an environment that does something different.
Yes, when they go back. But you keep doing it because there's gonna be that one who going to carry it back and say, listen, man, I learned a new way to do this thing.
Well, I can tell about the one right now. From the British one,
there you go. There you go. All right. Thank you for, I'm encouraged.
Yes, I am the media caller, so have a good day.
Yes, you too.
Right then.
Bye. But first, the point you made about wanting to give people a better life, and the better life is less responsibility.
It can be.
To talk about that. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Again, calling back.
Yes.
Just passing the Ministry of Education and your circle.
Mm-hmm.
And see a portion of teachers from UTEC.
Oh, they're demonstrating.
Again.
Oh.
Yeah, man, because they haven't settled it. And it's unfortunate, in another media house, I heard the PRO saying, no, man, this thing not making any sense. And they've been in discussion and they want parity with other universities. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense.
Well, this is just to show you the type of thing that is here in the country.
Yeah.
We have too much protest from different groups in the country. See, this government is in power.
So of course, it's good and right that they protest, because if people are not hearing you, you must make them feel you at a higher level. I hope they're splitting their protest between education and finance, because we have learned that
the financial ministry.
Yes, the finance ministry becomes the place where
that's where because they're the persons who control the what you pay.
The purse
is Mr. Dr. Clark.
Last week we were saying that a finance ministry is a support ministry.
Yeah.
And this is why
never be a driver.
why the government failed to call election.
Bye.
This is one of the reasons
Some of us, yes.
they don't want to come out of power.
Some of us were saying that announcements would have been made, and I must talk to the man who.
So on the weekend, the announcements will be made on the weekend, and
they still have time though, because remember it
21 days.
From you announce 5 clear days, nomination day, and then a maximum of 16 days.
I guarantee you, we're not going to have an election for now.
Lord have mercy.
And the way how they're doing things, they're just talking and promising as they normally do, and try to find means and way to put it back.
Oh, my brother, we just slipped past our 9:30 break, so we need to take a station break. Thank you so much for letting us know, too, about the protest that is underway.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We're just a click away. www.bestfm.com. Streaming live on the internet.
What's wrong with this song?
Goodness mercy, it's me again, Lord, your restorer, your game changer. Join me every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and Best FM 100. It's Apostle Clive Campbell, a.k.a. the Khaki Suit Man, coming to you from 8 to 12 Arion Street, also Richmond District, Mandeville. Embrace the change.
Maljam Auto Parts, the place with the most purchase stuff for all your Mazda needs, is doing it again. A new Maljam trailer has arrived with parts to meet any and every Mazda need. Call 461-1786 or 923-4389. Maljam Auto Parts, 9 Kingswood Avenue off Waltham Park Road, Kingston, for all your Mazda needs.
Hi, I'm Roy Teddy Miller, and I invite you to join me on the return of Inside the Soil every Monday morning between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 noon. Join the conversation as I take a look into the agriculture sector and ask the questions which you want to hear answers to. That's Inside the Soil with Roy Teddy Miller for news, views, and interviews on the agricultural sector here on Best 100 FM radio every Monday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Tune in and talk to it. And talk to it.
If you not get it, you will lose. Make your food be your medicine, your food. Blend up your carrot with the lettuce in a juice. No afraid to mix the vegetable with the fruits.
Do you need reliable health care? We have it. Yes, we do. Great George Street Pharmacy. Shop number 897 Great George Street, Savannah, Lamar, Westmoreland. Opening hours, Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call us at 876-603-7372 or WhatsApp us at 876-205-0499. Yes, we have reliable health care for you at Great George Street Pharmacy, Savannah, Lamar.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100.
It's good. It's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Morning Connection. It's Minette and Percival. It's 9:34, and we have a call online. Good morning, caller. How are you? Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller. How are you? Yes, African. You have returned again. What's on your mind, my friend?
The policy maker them.
Yes, sir.
Them now set the policy straight. It now benefit the poor.
It's not benefiting the people. Well, some people would agree with you or disagree with you, but some people say it benefit them. Some people say it not benefit. But the jury's out on that. What you think? You think it not benefiting most people or just a few people?
Not just a few rich.
Okay, all right.
Mostly the politicians then.
Okay. The politicians and what? The moneyed class, not the poor in the streets.
Not the poor. No, them the policy maker, they know, when them have set policy, they know think on the poor.
Okay.
These policy maker.
You see, the things we were talking about earlier, African, I don't know if you were listening. There were a list of things that I proposed. I was saying to Percival that there are some parental responsibilities that cannot be delegated. When we have our children, there are some things that we must do for them. We cannot leave it to anybody else. And one of those things, to give them a sense of their place in the nation, in the world, is something that will allow your child, a child who knows I belong here, I have ownership stake in what I stand on, my country does not have the right and should not be allowed to exclude me or to leave me prejudiced in any way. Somebody who has that confidence will break past whatever barriers you may see in policy or in the law or even in just attitudes that would seek to hold them back. On the front page this morning is a young lady who has completed her law studies. She's 36 years old completing it. She obviously walked a long road to get there. I was practicing law at 23. I did not go the road that she took because she had various challenges, but a keen determination to get to the place that she was going. She even said she didn't really want to do law. She wanted to study medicine, but she has completed. When policy, law, attitude, whatever it might be, economics, seem to be against you because of maybe because you don't have money, you don't have opportunity, there is a strength that we get from our earliest beginnings that can push us past it. And we have to teach our children that this is so, because I know it is so.
Most of us don't have that luck.
It's not luck, you know. It's not luck. But what I'm saying is, like I said to you now, perhaps that was not knowledge, revelation you had in the days when you were making decisions for yourself. But you grow up and you see that it is so, and you get that wisdom. We share, we pass it on. The greatest thing we can do for each other is to transfer that knowledge. It's not even leave picnic with money, our house, or those things, because they squander it if they are not schooled in a way to protect it. These values that we're talking about, and I'm making mention of it because we will always find ourselves complaining that policy is against us, economics is against us. Anybody who have money tend to have one focus. If they're not of God, they want to keep it and make more. That's it. They are not opening it up. They're not opening it up for people to come into it.
We need more of our people to elevate into the system.
That's true.
Yes, and that's I agree with you. But how? I'm discussing the how of it. We're not going to get that done after the fact. Because like when you say policies against us and so on, it's after the fact. The policy has been made. We want to begin the training and the coaching and shifting the mentality from complaining about it to doing something about it early enough by what we pour into our children. So when they are policymakers, they come at it with a different perspective.
This is not much of a complaint, enough.
No, I'm not calling. I'm not calling what you're doing complaining.
Just projecting.
We're discussing.
Yeah, I said we can do this. Yeah, man. So we're in agreement to do, but there's a responsibility on the other side for us as parents to ensure that even if the system not doing what it's supposed to be doing, we're doing it. We have another call, African, so we're going to take it. All right? Blessings. Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
Yes, when we identify a problem,
we must come up with solutions.
Yes, Reverend, and deal with it too.
All right.
Well, that's all part of it.
That's what we're doing. All right.
I believe that's what we've done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Good morning.
It's now 9:40. Welcome to the Morning Connection. Good morning, caller. How are you? Good morning, caller. How are you? Morning Connection. Okay, look like we lost that call. But all right. So there's always the tension, I believe, between the corporate and the individual responsibility. You think?
Not so much not so much tension, because your individual responsibility runs in a stream, your corporate responsibility runs in a parallel stream. If you don't have the one, you can't have the other. So
there's a point at which they must intersect.
Yeah.
Good morning,
and
Carla.
welcome. I'm hearing myself speak. Good morning.
Good
yes.
morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Hello. I'm fine. Elizabeth Carla.
Okay, how are you?
Welcome.
Yes, I am fine. I've been listening, and I heard you were talking about, the homeschool training of the children. I have 3 kids this week.
Yes.
And I sent, the 3 of them went to a prep school, a Christian prep school. The first one was mentally challenged. I had problem at birth, and it affected her brain.
Okay.
Okay, so the other 2, no, they moved on to high school, but I had challenge with the last one because I went into some financial difficulties. I couldn't pay the fee, and I kept her at home. I did. It was about time for her to enter grade 1. She was to do K5 before she go into the grade 1. It was a year. So I set up my timetable. I taught her at home for 1 year.
Yes.
And I was doing some work on my farm, and I set up my timetable. I took her under the tree. I set up her desk. I give her the work, and I attend to her while I do my work on my farm.
Beautiful.
I taught her for a year and sent her back into the public school because I was having financial problems.
Yeah.
So I sent her. When she went back, she went into grade 1. And in grade 1, they were thinking that because she was at home and think that,
she'd have fallen behind.
Yeah. But when they assessed her, they found out that she was in grade 1, reading at grade 3 level.
Okay, right. That's what happens.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, so homeschool training is good.
It is good.
And
Children
you can
blossom.
see your principle into their life,
Yes. Yeah.
Sometimes the public school system is so compact.
They don't get the individualized attention that they need in some areas, and
and some children get left behind.
Oh, my dear sister, me to tell you, it is a lot of them.
The public school is so compact, so much students.
Yeah, they can't manage the load, and the teachers themselves, some of them are barely out of school too,
Yeah.
Some of them don't have the experience and the patience to deal with the children of differing abilities, all of them making noise and demanding attention at the same time. So you agree with me, I see that there are some things that parents must do.
Yeah,
You cannot leave it to anybody else.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then another thing, Carla, which is what people have said, for you to become a good teacher, them say it take 10 years. Because teaching becomes an art that you know how you deal with the different things. And you see, we know, if you've been looking at the paper for the last 3 Sundays that we're in, you notice that the applications for teachers with clear vacancies is on the rise again.
Okay.
And people not even seeing that because it's under the radar. No, it's not a major thing because the PISA thing has just diverted attention. But that's a real issue because I know of schools. I was talking to a young lady at church Sunday, and she said, well, she's doing sexy. And she said, my teacher just told us last week she gone, our history teacher. So what she going to do? And this is one I know are prominent high schools here in Jamaica. She's not a history teacher. And she's doing sexy.
And she's at exam level.
You can imagine.
Yeah. Well, the truth is we've not fixed it. The fact that we stopped talking about it because new things occupy our mind don't mean it has gone away.
And those are real issues.
Yeah, the teachers still need to be paid better.
Yes.
And it is a government decision that's being awaited.
Yeah, because
just like how the police are also awaiting a similar. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
we gotta do better by our people. My dear, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
That is what we have to do.
Yeah.
You have to take it off. Thank you. We salute you, mommy.
Yes, ma'am. And our parents are the first teacher.
All right.
Yes.
Say that again.
Absolutely.
Say that again.
Thank you so much.
Good,
yes.
good.
All right. Well,
Amazing.
This is the morning for us. It's been a whirlwind morning. I mean, Tenny Miller dropping in and just giving us some of his energy there. Loved listening to him. He's coming on at 10. 10 at 10.
No.
I wasn't listening to is this his show is on Mondays, once for the week on Mondays, or it's
Mondays 10 to 12.
yeah, so Miss Wireway will be playing music again.
From 12 to 2? Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we have, I mean, the whole issue of food security and the proper use of land and giving people the ability to feed themselves is major.
Yeah,
and remember too, he said, it's not just soil that you run through your fingers and plant things in it. It's any fertile place, any fertile ground, or any ground that produces harvest. And you know we love to talk about seed time and harvest
time, but that's all over the universe.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing what you say. You look all excited.
Yes, that's $15 billion.
Oh, please.
That $15 billion. What we can do with it?
That's like the reparations money.
Part of the reparations money. It's not $15 billion US dollar though. It's 15 billion. $15 billion.
We don't tickets in US dollars. Don't plant ideas in the people's head.
What's that thing?
Yeah, our next
15 billion land bank. One of the proposals you have put. Set up a land bank that is administered.
Oh, and the 15 million could be part of it.
The process that you can give Crown lands, get it done in terms of properly titled and so on, and give it to the people. Wow.
That would be the money for those motorists who have died and who don't have a state to come and claim back their 5,000 and 10,000 and whatever.
It's food for thought. Everything out.
But we do have to think outside of the box.
Yeah,
yes.
The problems we have to think out of the box to come up with real solutions.
Yeah.
And we salute Kay and Swaby this morning.
Are you trying to extend the goodbyes?
No.
Okay. You're fast finishing, mine is still going.
Oh, hush.
So some of us need to go and drink our water.
More power. Have a good day. Bless you.
No, thank you on air and online. We're going to play the song that has caused a little excitement this morning for Percy's wifey. So those who haven't heard it. And then there's the call for the Abyssinian song, right? Lloydie and Pastor Lowell, thank you so much for journeying with us through the morning. Those on air, Kevin Galloway, Alkebulan, HVAC Services Inc., my friend Conrad, heating it up there in Canada, Earl, Bevan, all of you who have been sending us notes. Thank you so much. Our brother Billy and Earl freezing off what he should be protecting in the hostile climate of Canada. We're just sending you some love. Have a great day, everyone.
Never try me, still right by me. Highly spoken of, only love, only one. My wife, make my life complete, sweet. But you know, it's the street.